Everyone, and welcome back to Paws and Claws Zoo. Now in this episode we're adding two very different but equally peaceful animals to the park. They're going to be the first two animals in the park. So we're going to be doing a giant tortoise and the capybara. So both of these species have a nice calm relaxing presence, so I wanted them right at the front of the zoo to reflect the same feeling as you're walking into a nice peaceful zoo. So before that though, we obviously had to build out the enclosures a little bit as well. So we had to sort of do a little bit of terraforming. I wanted the idea to sort of have a bit of a sunken enclosure for the tortoise just here on the right. So the plan was just to have that part that sort of slopes down a little bit, walks along the front of the enclosure and then back up to the main pathway, and then we'll have a nice retaining wall with a bunch of rocks, trees and everything to decorate it a little bit. But yeah, I wanted that sort of obviously be covered because it's a bit ugly at the minute, so we'll cover that though through with like a nice concrete, I guess sandstone, a little bit wall, and then we'll obviously add some wood tones to it because obviously the park is very wood inspired. It's very camp style inspired. If you watch the first episode, you would obviously understand why it is heavily themed like that. So think of like a summer camp. That's sort of the vibe that I'm going with. So yeah, we'll obviously have to add lots of wood and theming and decorations to and detailing to the walls itself, but I just wanted to obviously have the layout done first. Try and cover up as much of the grass as possible because again, the pathing system isn't as good as Planet Coaster 2, so it is a little bit more finicky, so bear with me while I have to do quite a little bit of finicky detailing. But while that's going on in the background, let's begin with the giant tortoise habitat. It's super old. They've lived for hundreds of years, so they carry a nice sense of like timelessness and calmness to them. So to capture that, I wanted this whole area to, or their whole enclosure to feel open and grounded and natural. So it's going to be a very open, all of the enclosures that I'm going to be building are going to be very open. I want the animals to feel like free, if you will. So there's going to be, obviously, the different animals need different requirements, whether it's land, water, climbable, or anything like that. So I wanted to make sure that all of those needs are met drastically. So by doing that, I made the enclosures a lot bigger than what they needed to be, but I wanted that for a reason, to make sure that obviously the animals feel nice and homely, if you will. I also wanted to make sure there was obviously lots of shaded areas because tortoises, as much as they like to be out in the open, they also can get quite, I guess, timid and want shade and hiding spots as well. So we do lots of shaded areas, hiding spots. It's a nice big layout. There's going to be quite a lot of rocks but also a lot of open areas for them to sunbake, especially with the long grass. And we do a lot of terraforming and paint work around the edges. I've added a rocky border all the way around with plants to break it up, as well as obviously a staff area, which is what I'm building now. So this building will continue on from the main entrance building. We'll continue that right along and sort of make it one whole building. Even though I am in sandbox mode still, you still need to have all of these buildings to function, I guess. So yeah, we had to add all these in. There's caretakers, staff room, vet, all that sort of stuff. So I had to get them in first in order to actually order the animals in. But then once that was done, I work on doing an invisible barrier for the enclosure, which is going to be around this taller area. Obviously they're not going to be able to climb up that area, but it looks pretty looks pretty drab and disgusting right now. We'll run rock all the way around, and then we'll also do like a nice little platform that you can walk out and like stand at, and I think that looks really cool. There's going to be like a little talk show there. You can throw and feed the tortoises, you can throw food out, which is very cool. I like to obviously make the enclosures as interactive as possible. Obviously a lot of the animals obviously have different needs, so some of them don't like to have that much interaction with the guests, but that's obviously what the enclosures are designed for. So yeah, now we're building like quite a big shelter for them to sleep in. I'm not actually sure if they actually do sleep in here, but we'll see if they do. But obviously, again, I wanted to make sure that it was big and well above their needs, just to make sure that they're met drastically and feel nice and safe in their massive enclosures. We also had to do a lot of shade because they like their coverage through the plants. Also these, again, it is just sandbox mode, but these like little, I guess they're tip jars, I guess you could, or donation bins actually. Add them around. They bring in quite a lot of money. So if you are doing like campaign mode or like finance mode and you need money tips, just put a lot of those donation bins around, and that's where you'll get your money from. So that's a little Planet Zoo tip. Donation bins, add them in. It brings in a lot of money. So yeah, this is that little I guess walking balcony, you could say. So yeah, they'll go there, there'll be a talk show there. Guests will be able to interact with the animals as much as they can. They'll be able to like throw food to it. It's pretty cool. Like the talk shows are very cool indeed. We are working on the staff maintenance building at the moment. I wanted it to, obviously, because it's going to be the same building all the way along, I wanted it to match. So we just copied and pasted the wall from the entrance building, and we'll just run that same design, same details all the way around, just to make it flow a little bit better. And then we'll also extend the building a long ways, like you're seeing now, just to make it, I guess, like I said, flow a little bit better, because otherwise it's just going to look like two separate buildings, and I don't really want that, because realistically the front entrance building is quite large, because it's obviously got the ticket booths, got some shops or something, information booths, and then it'll probably have some staff orientated buildings along the side. So that's what those buildings are for. We'll come back to that here and there throughout the episode, because I kind of got distracted, as you can clearly tell. I just keep going back and forth, but I wanted to also have a lot of information available, so we put up like a few billboards, some TVs, and I also get some custom prints through that you can just download. Actually, it's actually pretty easy to put through. Like you just Google search an image, download it, then put it into the files, and then it's in the game. So we do quite a few animal specific custom information posters for the TVs and the billboards and the information centers, which is very cool. So I'm not entirely sure if it changes the amount of information that the guests receive, but it looks better than just the normal standard information that you can get. So we'll do that for these animals as well. For now, we're working on the detailing for the retaining wall. So just got some wooden logs. We'll obviously go through it later and sort it out and make sure it's all neat and tidy. But got some wooden logs to sort of break up the actual length of the building, and then also a nice wooden bench top to cover the top of the concrete walls, because I just thought that might look a little bit better. And then for the gaps, we'll just extend the rest out and make sure they all fit nicely. Extend the wooden beams down, and then we'll also add a custom roof as well. I guess like a shaded area, because this whole side of the enclosure is all glass. So we had to make sure that the guests are all adequate with their shade. I don't think that they can get like sunburn or anything like that. I think that's just for the Planet Coaster 2. I could be wrong, but I can't I don't recall that that's like a thing that's like doable in the game. So, but yeah, that doesn't stop the fact that obviously it's realistic to have lots of shade around in zoos. So yeah, we'll do a nice little shaded area. And then also for the capybaras, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but the capybaras enclosure. In contrast to the tortoises' steady pace, obviously capybaras are highly social and spend much of their time in groups. So I had to get a couple of them, and then obviously over time they will, you know, mate, and it's pretty much just going to be like a recurring thing. Yeah, so we'll get a lot of them. Sorry, we'll get a lot of them as well. They also, I guess, love watching them like lounge together, and even more, they like to watch them like swim as well. So the centerpiece of the habitat is obviously the large, I guess, little pool lake area. I designed the pool to have like shallow banks so that capybaras can obviously like waddle in and out easily. Otherwise, if it's too steep, they can't actually use the water, which is, you know, realistic. But yeah, and then around it, obviously, grassy area is planted, like plenty of foliage to keep that riverside feeling. We use the same like natural rocks to frame, I guess, the water, and then obviously add like a sense of texture while leaving a lot of it like open, so they can obviously run around, stretch under the water. And then we'll also add a bit of a natural shower as well, which is pretty cool. Like for their enrichment, they do, I guess, like a little bamboo, I guess, stream a little bit. So we'll add that to it as well. But I think that's like a massive enclosure for what they need. Obviously that's what I want. I want them a lot more land than they need. But I also wanted to feel, you know, nice, relaxing and everything like that. So we have to go through their right biomes and make sure that all the plants that we use and the enrichments that we use are like animal specific, because otherwise it won't go towards their like enrichment and like they won't enjoy it as much. You can put them off. Yeah, we add like a cool little waterfall. I forgot that I actually do waterfalls in this game, which is very cool. But yeah, the entire enclosure is designed to feel like a lush and inviting place where the visitors can stop and relax and watch the animals. We did 2 bankside viewing platforms on either side. Between the pool, the open lawns, the shaded spots, they'll pretty much have everything they need, which is obviously what they want. I had to extend the depth of the water a bit just because they do like for every now and then to like deep dive to accommodate for that, and it'll be good. So both the habitats are like built to match the rustic natural theme of the zoo. I used a mix of like the same wood, stone, and the same like greenery, so sort of everything blends together in the environment. Also, like the guests, because these 2 animals, obviously the first animals in the zoo, the guests can like enjoy a really unique experience of like the calm and steady animals like just chilling before they get into the actual zoo, which is what I wanted. I wanted to obviously make sure that the combination like adds a lot in the atmosphere to the guests, so like setting the stage for more habitats to come. So obviously the guests know like what's to come, like with the rustic feeling, all of the wood tones and everything. Like this is a nice little I guess like a little sitting area. We do a talk show there. They can throw some food over. I'm not entirely sure what food. Maybe like the working person brings it over, but yeah, you can add that little talk show there, and then yeah, the guests can interact with it and throw food, which is very cool. So obviously we had to add a safety railing as well to make sure, you know, no people or, you know, kids pretty much can fall in. We'll also do, yeah, custom fences everywhere because, like I said in the first episode, I wanted to make it highly realistic with having railings and barriers everywhere to make sure, because obviously when you go to a theme park or a zoo, there is railings and barriers everywhere to stop you from going where you shouldn't be, in gardens or in enclosures or anything like that. So I wanted to, yeah, got to make sure that that's all up to, I guess, code. And I was trying to think here if I could try to do like a walkthrough enclosure. It's not really the enclosure or the area to do it, so we'll do that in another area, I reckon, for another animal. It's not really realistic to have a walkthrough one like right here, especially for these animals. It's a bit of an odd spot as well. Yeah, we don't do that. Instead, we do like a nice information area. We do a seated talk show, which is very cool. They have like custom seats that you can like add where the guests can actually sit on them and enjoy the show while they're talking. So we add that into sort of, I guess, the side of the mountain and cover it up, make it all look pretty, because obviously it's a little bit ugly, but you get that all sorted and it looks nice. So yeah, we're just sort of wrapping up the backside of the area with detailing of the beams, the rocks and everything like that, adding some seating in, and then we'll get onto more information areas. I'm not entirely sure if they have more, but I reckon they need to add like a little bit more signage for information, because it's not really a lot. But maybe it is, I don't know. But yeah, we'll do some more. Here I am trying to line up all these things. We'll obviously add more information and stuff here, but for now I think it's okay. I think we do a couple screens, and then like I said, we've got that talk show as well. So yeah, that's quite a lot of information for now for the capybaras. But yeah, doing a nice little custom, I guess, roofing shaded area, and then yeah, here we go in and add some more detailing for the habitat itself. Obviously don't feed specific things to the animals, only feed them during like I guess work hours, only feed them during the talk show itself as well. Don't just be going out there and throwing food in there, because it's a whole thing. But yeah, now we're going to be adding in, I was just trying to look for something else, like a retaining wall of some sort, because obviously it's a bit ugly, this area. We in the end do this nice, I guess, stone wood effect with the stone, with like a wood, pretty much like the other retaining wall, just a different kind really. So yeah, we'll do that, cover up, like I said, as much grass as possible, because the pathing system isn't as good as what it could be. So yeah, there's a lot more terrain work, a lot more custom buildings to try and cover up as much. And look how nicely that fit in there. Like, that was so good. Like, it was like perfect. Obviously I'm not entirely sure if the back half of the people can even just sit in there or what, but it looks pretty good, especially like how it all comes up. We like, yeah, corner it off, make it look all nice. We'll add another roof to it as well, like you saw in the opening cutscene. And I think it comes along quite nicely. There'll be a nice little, yeah, like, I guess ASMR real-time walkthrough at the end of both enclosures. So yeah, you'll be able to see all that in action. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support as well on the first episode. I have been getting quite a few questions as well. I posted a few pictures on Reddit, and people have been asking about it. So yeah, if you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date with future builds, because this park's going very nice and I'm enjoying this game greatly. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. See ya.